Tengo que ver cómo hacer eso. A ver, un segundillo, tío.
Okay. To music and speaking English. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Ready? I'm not sure if we're live or not yet, but sometimes it takes a while to show. Okay, no. Can people see us? There seems to be people watching, but I can't see us. Oh, the camera. I need to put the camera on. Hang on. No. Okay. We're in the dark. Okay, but it still looks like we're without the camera on here, so I think we're going to have to start again the live now. I don't know why for some reason. Ah, no, here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. If you can't hear us, let me know because I'm using a new speaker and I'm not sure how good the sound is. So we are joined today with A.B. Mendoza. Hi, A.B.
Hi.
A.B. is a professional musician. The sound is going a bit slow, but it's fine. Hi, Eric. How's it going? A.B. is a professional musician who has decided recently to prioritize English because he's working on his own album at the moment. Up until now, so A.B. is originally from Argentina, but he's lived in Spain since 22?
22 years old.
Okay, from when he was 22. And how long have you been doing music for, A.B.? How long have you been a professional musician for?
Sorry, that's can you repeat that sentence?
Yeah.
Many times, I have to listen.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. This is really important. So when you don't understand something in English, it's really important that you, instead of pretending to understand, that we often do, that you say, please, can you repeat that, as A.B. did. So how many years have you been a professional musician?
Believe since 2008.
2008. 2008.
Yes.
Say it. 2008.
2008. Okay.
Okay.
Well, here in Spain, the crisis was starting.
Yeah.
So for me, it was complicated because, I'm foreign.
He's foreign. You're an immigrant.
Yes. I'm foreign, so for me that time here in Spain was very complicated because I didn't have work, so I had to make something for my family in that moment. So I speak. And
I thought
I have to make something for this moment because was a very bad time for me.
Okay, so this is really interesting because so AB lost his job
Yeah.
and he needed money. Most people in those circumstances would try something easy, and AB decided to try becoming a professional musician. So he started by playing in a local shop, and then he started playing on the streets of Malaga.
Yeah.
And little by little, we will look at what the keys were to his success, because I want to relate the keys of AB's success in his musical career to the keys to success when you're learning another language, when you want to communicate successfully. So he chose a difficult path, but it was actually an easy path for him in the end, because it was what he really wanted to do. So basically, to finish what I was saying before, he started playing covers, versions of songs, of well-known songs on the streets, and then he started getting called to different bars, different clubs, different places to play live. And so it's always been important for AB to speak some English. He's had contact with foreign people, but it's never been a priority for AB until now. Recently, because AB is now working on his own CD, his own album of his songs, not covers, but his songs, he wants this to be really successful and to reach not just the Spanish market, but also an international market. And in fact, there's going to be one song in English on
That is the idea.
On AB's CD, on AB's album. And for that reason, AB decided to join the 00 English Practice Network.
I'm very happy for to be here, and she's an amazing teacher. Yes.
Thank you. So now the difference between before and after in AB's case is that before English wasn't a priority, his music was a priority, and now his music's still a priority, but English is also a priority, and that changes everything, right? When really that's a priority when English is it.
I believe that is now is my priority, because they're out allá afuera.
Out there.
Out there.
Yes. Look at the camera, and I'll correct you.
It's complicated for me at this moment, because I have to think in English. I look at the camera.
It's okay.
I'm nervous.
Good. You're nervous, but you're laughing, so that's good. If we can feel nervous, but use those nerves to express ourselves, to laugh or to play music or to cry, then that's fine. That is what communication is about, right?
Yeah.
If we pretend that, oh no, probably AB wouldn't be here in the first place. So I think AB deserves a round of applause for being here today. And at the end of this live, so I'm going to ask AB some questions about music and speaking English and what they have in common. And at the end of the live, I have a very good treat for you, which is AB is one of his exercises that I've given him is to learn, he wants to learn Wonderwall.
Yes, nice.
He wants to learn to sing Wonderwall and to be able to pronounce all the words. So at the end, AB is going to play us a little bit of Wonderwall.
And you will be singing with me now.
And maybe I will sing too.
Yeah.
We'll see. So before we do that, I'm going to ask you some questions now, AB. Is that okay?
Yes.
Cool. So for you, what do music and speaking English have in common?
So for me, now in this time, it's quickly important, because I told you a little bit time ago. I believe music is a language, so it's a universal language. But many times when you don't have that language, you have to take your own tools. Now we can take another market.
Yeah.
We can go, and I like go for that market, because
When you say another market, what do you mean? What market are you talking about?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, which market? Which market? Hi guys. Hi.
I believe we have a very big market in all the world, but here now. But I'm here. I'm living in one place. There are many people from Finland, from England, from Alemania,
Germany. Okay, so we're talking about two separate things here. So on the one hand,
yes.
Por un lado, on the one hand, music is a language and English is a language.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are too for me very important. For me, always was a dream speaking English and play music. I don't know why, but for me was always was very important.
So I think this is really important to repeat the word important, what AB is saying. Because if for you, English is, oh, I have to learn English, I should speak English, you're not going to learn.
Yeah.
The moment that it changes is when something is a dream, it's something that is connected to what you really want to do. So what I see in AB is that his passion for music is deeply connected with his new growing passion for English. And actually today, as I said, at the end of this live, he's going to do two of his passions, singing in English.
Yeah, singing in English is for me it's a very big dream, I believe, because I like to express.
Yeah.
I like to express with my language, with my English, and I like to speak like you. When you speak Spanish, your Spanish is perfect. I like to speak in English perfect.
Well, nothing's perfect, especially not my Spanish. But, it's interesting because you say music is a language, but obviously with music, there's the theoretical part of music, there's a theory, there's the sort of the structural part of music, there's a science to music, like there's a science to language. But we communicate with a lot more than the science of music, if that makes sense. So when you're singing, okay, it's the words, it's the music. Like, how do you communicate when you play through music?
How repeat it? Because I need to prepare my
your answer.
My answer.
Not your answer. I need to prepare my answer.
My answer.
When we communicate, because I think for me, music and communication in general have a lot in common. And I always talk about this in English, that communication is a lot more than the words. We don't just communicate with the words. We communicate with the words, we communicate with our emotions, right?
Yes, but I believe if I can understand.
It's okay, good. Yeah.
I believe when.
Look at the camera.
Oh. Oh my God. Okay, when I think in Spanish, I put on my hair. Many times when I'm playing for English people in hotels or anyway, whatever, many times I tell people, please don't hurt with your, if you can't understand with the language, please listen with your hair.
Ah, very interesting. Listen with your heart.
That
heart. Say it, heart. Heart.
Listen with your heart. So, because I put on my heart in that. Yeah. So for me, it's my blood, mi piel.
The skin.
Mi piel.
Yeah.
I put on my heart in that. So I believe if I can sing it in English, I believe I can make the same. But They can understand when I can see that. So
Well,
sorry.
yeah, I completely.
Oof,
That
I tried. I'm trying.
it's good. You're doing really well. It makes a lot of sense. It's a key point that you're expressing it. When with music, it's very different playing music from here and just learning the song and trying to do it perfectly than expressing music from your heart.
Yeah.
And for me, it's exactly the same with communicating in another language, in English in this case. And I don't care if it's a business context or a social context or a concert. If you're not communicating from the heart when you're speaking in English, you're not, feeling your emotions and being present with the people that you're speaking with, then the communication isn't as effective as it is when you are. So I think there's a lot in common. Music and communication in general have a lot in common. But we tend to separate it. So as I always talk about in Inglés 0.0, we get very obsessed with learning to speak the language part, which is only 7% of communication, perfectly, which number one is impossible, and two, cuts you off from actually being present and having a deeper communication and a more effective communication with people around you. So I don't think we need to separate music and communication. For me, it's exactly the same thing. And it's all life. It's all connection, it's all life, isn't it? But another thing I think is important, talking about the heart, you can communicate from the heart, and you can also learn from the heart. Linking back to how music and English was your dream, and you're doing it from the heart, doesn't that make it easier? It makes it easier. That's más fácil. It's easier if you're following your heart in a learning process than if you're obsessing and worrying and stressing about learning something.
Is a question?
Yeah, I'm just saying it makes it easier, right? It's más fácil.
Yeah.
When you aprendes del corazón, when you learn, you have a learning process.
I believe if I'm speaking English now, it's because I had teacher, but when I learned English was like this, speaking with another people, people, musicians, or I don't know, artists. They teach me English. So with you, I believe that is very easy because you can understand two language. You can understand this language is music.
Yeah, three languages.
Music,
English, and Spanish.
Yes.
Although actually, I have to learn a lot about the theoretical part of music. AB is teaching me
a little bit
of guitar.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I'm a bit crazy with the guitar and need more structured.
That is my problem. Yes.
Yes.
My partners tell me all the time that they say you have a structure in music. You're a mathematic man.
Yeah, but the combination is good. A little bit of structure, a little bit of mathematics, as you say, but always from the heart. Now, something for me that's very interesting about AB's story is that, as I said before, he was in a very difficult situation because he didn't have a job, he didn't have money, he needed money for his family, and he decided in that precise moment to follow his dream. And usually when we are in a difficult situation or a difficult moment, we use that as an excuse to not follow our dream. This is what most people do. But in AB's case, he was like, he just followed his heart. And in that process, I imagine it was hard, it was difícil, no? Sometimes to go from nothing to a professional musician. But what would you say then, AB, was the key to your success on that path? La clave de éxito. Like, what was?
I don't know. Persistencia.
Persistence.
Yeah. that I believe is the key.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Persistencia, because many times the idea is when, sorry, because I don't know how to do it in English, but yo creo que
I know.
I believe the way is not when you are there.
Yeah.
The way is or the key is when you should be always. I don't know.
Go on, continue. Yeah. To be always what?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's when you have maybe it's like when you buy a car and you take the key
Yeah.
and you take the very big and beautiful car
Yeah.
and you say I have my car
Yeah.
and to drive.
Okay. Yeah. So you have to drive.
You have to drive. You have
Okay.
to all time. You have to enjoy that moment because the way many times it will be very difficult. Many times like this moment, pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you have to drive. You have to please drive.
I love the metaphor. So you can say, oh yes, I will speak English in the future, or I think I've got this great opportunity to work in another company if I speak English more. But if you don't take the opportunity, or you're not speaking English constantly, you're not driving, then you're not going to. And also, I don't know, it's like, for me, what AB's talking about reminds me of our obsession with goals, right? So you achieve one goal. Oh, I had that meeting in English and it was okay. Yes, achieved. And then you don't speak again for another month or another 2 months because you just want to achieve the goal. Or you get your certification. Yes, I got the certification. Yeah, ooh, oh, amazing. But then you don't drive. You don't speak English again for ages. And it's like you live with an idea of what your life should be and how your English should be and achieving all these goals rather than driving and enjoying the road without any guarantees that you will get what you want and taking risks. And I think one of the things that caught my attention about AB's story is that he took a lot of risks, right?
Yeah.
Mucho riesgo
Yeah.
in your journey.
I'm paying that many times that
Yeah. Risks.
Yes, many times, and you have to be continuo. You have to be persistente.
Persistent. So taking a risk, and if it doesn't work out, you do it again.
Pesado.
Annoying. Yeah, and this is annoying. Heavy. No. And this is another thing about AB's story that also caught my attention. Something which I think distinguishes people who are successful doing what they want to do from people who are not successful. So when AB told me his story the other day, there were two things that stood out for me. The first thing was taking risks that we just mentioned. And the second thing was asking people for what you want. So most of us, and especially I can relate to this because I come from England, and we're a very polite culture, very educated, very polite. We don't want to ask people for things. Oh no, I won't ask if he can help me with this, or if I can speak English with him, or if I can have this opportunity. No, I won't do that. I'll do it myself. And AB in his story constantly asks people for things. If they say no, they say no. But if they say yes, then, so for example, when he began music, he'd lost his job, it was a crisis, and he went to a shop, a friend's shop, and asked the man, the shop owner, if he could play his guitar in the shop.
Yeah.
And on the first day that he played his guitar, he earned 60 euros.
Yeah. For me, was a shop.
Yeah.
A good shop.
Yeah, a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
because when I looked at, I thought for me, if I have this tool, I can make my own home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that for me was my punto de inicio.
Yeah, your starting point.
Yes.
It's like the starting of the journey when you started to drive. You got the car, you're like,
Yes.
and then you started to drive
Yes.
with your 60 euros. And then he started busking, playing on the streets of Malaga,
Yes.
right? How was that?
Was a very nice experience. I remember that with beautiful time because I take in tiempo pasado. I took that like my through work.
Yeah.
So I told for me I tengo un horario. I have to tengo que cumplir un horario.
A timetable.
I have to make the best for people because I don't like give her, I don't know how to say, bad things, bad songs.
Yeah. So basically, what AB is saying is that he decided to take this path of playing music to people, and he took it. He invented his own path.
Yes.
So using the metaphor with English, people say, okay, I need to improve my English, so I'm going to go to a teacher, I'm going to go to an academy, I need someone to tell me what to do and how to do it. But he, by following his heart and his intuition, I suppose, and his passion and his dream, he created his own path. And in that own path, like other entrepreneurs, emprendedores, in his case in the music world, he set himself a timetable. He said, okay, I'm going to work from 11 till 3 and 6 till 11 or whatever.
Yeah.
He was very strict with his timetable, and he went to the street and he practiced his songs to provide quality music to people.
Thanks.
Well, I didn't hear you. That might not be true, but that's what he says anyway. And I know he does quality music now, but I don't know back then. But if he was making money, I imagine it must have been quality.
How do you? I told you something for me was quickly important.
Quite important.
Quite important. I told you when you play when you play, in my experience.
Yeah.
When you play on the street.
Yeah.
You have to take a different till artist.
Yeah.
Till, I don't know how to say. La diferencia que hay entre el arte y la mendicidad. Esto tenía que marcarse una raya.
So he was saying the difference between being an artist and being a beggar.
Yeah.
So he was saying, I'm not a beggar. My work is quality, and I'm going to provide quality.
I'm here, and I believe I'm here for that because I learned all that, making a lot of esfuerzo.
Effort.
That's
Effort.
That.
No. Say it. Effort.
Effort.
Yeah. Effort.
How do you, can you spell me that?
EFFORT.
Effort.
Just listen to the sound. Effort.
Sorry.
So the other day I taught AB how to say superado in English. Can you remember how you say it?
Bird.
So it's overwhelmed. But he learned with it overwhelmed at the end, like a drum at the end of the endings at the end of the past tense in English. It's like sometimes it's a bit like playing a drum.
Yes.
Go on, say it. Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. Last day it's complicated. Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Eso.
Anyway.
Haciendo muy bien.
I know. It's very musical. Anyway, the point, what was our point? So the point here is that bringing the comparison back to English, if you walk around like a beggar saying, my English is really bad, please speak English with me, I don't know how to speak English, give me the opportunity, give me the rules, give me an exam, show me what to do. That's not it, because communication is natural in us as human beings, as is music. Music is natural in us, as is following our hearts and following our intuition. All of that is natural. So if you synchronize that, you synchronize following your intuition and you take charge of your own evolutive path, as AB did with his music, you can do that with your English. You can say, okay, this is what I want to do, but you need to drive. You need to drive. You can't drive in your head, oh, I'm going to imagine all these wonderful things I'm going to do in English and I'm going to study. That's not driving. That's looking at the car from the outside or sitting in the car but not turning the keys. And for me, it's really important to interview people like AB who've really followed their dreams and overcome difficult situations, because overcoming difficult situations is often related to stressing, being stressed and worrying and having lots of guidance from other people and, it's just life's so difficult. But actually, when you hear stories like this, you hear, yeah, it was difficult, it was hard, but there was no other option. That was what he wanted to do, and he was persistent. And he was responsible for his own evolution in his musical career. And this is exactly the same for English. I can't emphasize that enough. I still have conversations with people all the time where they're like, I need the exam and I need the grammar and I need, there's a little ingredient of that, but that's not the driving. You need to drive. So I talk about obsession with goals. It's nice to have a direction. So to say, I want to get to that destination. This is the path I want to take, because it's a pretty path, it's a beautiful path. I love this path. But without getting obsessed with the destination. And then you just drive. And then you take what comes on the journey. And you ask for help when you need to ask for help. And you take risks when you need to take risks. And you play, you speak when you need to speak. But you've got to drive.
Yeah, you can.
You can, you have to.
They have to know I'm a little bit crazy.
But then,
I'm a good man.
I think they can see that already. I don't need to tell them that. Yeah, no telling.
Yes. Yes. So
okay, well, is there anything else you want to add?
No, only one tip, consejo.
Okay, a tip
for our followers, for your followers. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you can do it. If you can do it, you have to make it.
Do it.
You have
You
to
have
do
to,
it.
you have to drive.
Yes, because the first time is complicated, but so when you are practicing all times, that sale solo después.
Yeah, I like that. It happens by itself. Exactly.
Yeah, I have to learn a lot, but I like, because I believe it's my second language, or from here. I don't know what, but it's amazing.
Yeah, and I bet if you look back at your past, the drive that you've taken from there to here, I bet you could never have imagined, no te podrías haber imaginado que habría sido como ha sido, no? You couldn't have imagined that it would have been. It's not something you can plan. So because we obsess about, no, I need to do this and this and this and this to get this, then you're trying to control a journey, which actually is, you can't control, because you never know.
I have one anecdote. Anecdote?
Anecdote, go ahead.
Yes, when I was living I'm from Girola.
Yeah.
Many times people say me because they'll listen
Yeah.
when I speak English, and they told me, "You speak English? Come here. Can you translate that?" And I tell, "Yes, I can." And many times no podía hacerlo.
Did you invent?
Yes. But I believe if I'm speaking English, it's because I'm driving.
Well, yeah, and now you're driving. You've chosen a route now that is the English route. So before it was the music route,
Yeah.
and now you're on the music and English route because you want to learn some more songs in English, to learn the lyrics, pronounce the words more. You want to include an English song on your album. So now those two paths is a new adventure. But the important thing is for that path to exist and for you to really want to go on that path. Because if you don't, choose another path, but stop stressing and saying, oh God, I should study, I should do this, I should do that. If you're not going to do it, go on another path, but enjoy the path, drive wherever you're driving, whether it be music, English, Chinese, painting, starting a business, improving in your job, whatever, drive and enjoy the journey. And as we've said before, take risks, all the things that are going to happen on a journey, because you can't control the traffic, you can't control the weather, you can't control sometimes getting lost, getting lost if your GPS, your GPS stops working, then
Well, I'm listening when you say when you told that. I'm listening when my last time when I was making a journey. I was very lost because my GPS. Oh my God, where I am? Where? But my idea was at that moment I think, don't worry, enjoy the travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So these things can happen on a trip and or on a journey, and you keep driving, and if you get lost, you enjoy, and it's exactly the same.
Yes, because many times when you are driving and you are lost, many times, oh, why I'm here? I don't know why. But you have to stop a little bit, look the paisaje.
Yeah, the countryside.
And enjoy.
The landscape. Exactly, and this is the same too if in a meeting, una reunión de trabajo, in a meeting, and everyone's speaking English, and you get lost, you lose the conversation, you don't know what people are talking about. The same. You say, okay, I'm lost. You can laugh, you can put your attention back onto the meeting, or, as I sometimes recommend people, if it's an online meeting, you can record the meeting, and then later you can listen back and say, where did I get lost? But sometimes we get lost in a meeting in our own language anyway, because it can just be boring and our minds wander. The important thing is that getting lost is part of any trip, is part of any experience. The only issue is if we're trying to control the experience. So stop trying to control your learning process and your communication, and start to enjoy the journey that is actually truly communicating in English in your life. Whether that be playing music in English, working in English, socializing in English. If you're not doing those things, you're not communicating in English. I don't care if you're spending 3 hours studying every day and watching series. If you're not driving in English, then you're not doing it. You're not taking risks, you're not feeling stupid sometimes, you're not making mistakes, you're not failing because failing is very subjective. If you're not doing any of that, then you're not driving. And if you're not driving, you're not living the experience, and you're not improving. You're not on that evolutionary path towards wherever you will end up, because we don't know.
I believe sorry, but
Go ahead.
I'm thinking when you are playing when you are playing music, you liberas endorphina.
You release endorphins.
You release endorphins and you feel happy, very happy
Yeah.
when you make that. When I speak English,
Yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I believe it's for me. It's wow.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about another language. It's amazing.
Are you feeling full of endorphins now?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
You have to. ¿Tienes que probarlo?
You have to try it.
Try it.
Try it.
You have to try it, please.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and try it in those those situations that you love. So whether it could be a Facebook Live, do a Facebook Live, haz un directo in English, like AB is doing today, do a Facebook Live, or do a video, or go to a meeting, or go to a social event, or sing, or whatever you love doing, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever the journey is that you want to take. Stop thinking about taking the journey, going on the journey, and get in the bloody car and start driving. So that's the metaphor for today.
Yeah.
And on that note, talking of another metaphor note, how about do you want to
Yes, but you
release some endorphins and sing a bit of Wonderwall?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I need lyrics.
You need the lyrics. Okay, I'll put the lyrics. Amy, I'll put the lyrics on here. Can you read? Yeah?
No, I can't.
Okay, well, put the lyrics.
No. Well, okay, I try. I try to make the second voice when you sing, but I
But can you remember? Well, let's.
Okay.
I know I've got an idea.
idea.
No, I've had an idea. What was your idea?
What?
Let's just do the first part, the first couple of sentences, and we can do it here. I'll teach it to you because you know it already.
Okay. Okay.
So remember, today was gonna be the day.
Today is gonna be the day.
Today was gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Okay. Today is gonna be the day.
So can I get up?
Back to you.
Okay.
I can make it like rap.
Okay, but I'm not.
Today is gonna be the day.
I'm not gonna sing. Okay. So you're gonna sing.
What?
You sing. Okay. I'll play.
Yes, but I need my. Okay, come on. We can do it.
Okay. I don't know. I think my guitar might be out of tune.
1, 2, 3, 8.
Today's gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have done it. Again. Okay. So today's gonna be the day.
Okay. Yes. I have a very big problem. I can't remember lyrics.
Okay. So we practice one more time.
Yeah.
Okay? And then in live, you can show. So AB has a belief that he can't remember lyrics. Tienes una creencia que no te acuerdas de la letra. But we're going to vamos a destruir esa creencia now. We're going to destroy that belief. And you're going to remember the first section of the song. So, how was it?
Today is gonna be the day that the birds will back to you.
Yes. Today was going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you.
It's back to you.
Okay.
Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna throw it back to you.
And instead of through, it's throw. Okay.
Throw.
Yeah.
Again,
You said through.
Okay.
Okay. Go again.
Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, second line. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do.
By now,
you should have somehow. Remember, you should have. By now, you should have somehow.
you should have
Somehow.
somehow
Realize
realized
what you gotta do.
what you gotta do. si me acuerdo. Right now,
You should have
somehow
realized
what you were. No, I can't remember that.
You can.
Okay.
By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do.
I don't believe that
Anybody feels the way I do
about you now.
Okay, now all together again. We did it.
You were supposed to be with my mind.
We're gonna do up to that point, and you'll see how you remember all of it. So let's review. So,
Okay. Yes, but from first.
yeah, but we'll review it first, and then we'll play. Okay, so today.
I'm gonna throw back to you. By now, you should have somehow realize
what you gotta do.
what you gotta do.
Okay. Repeat those two lines.
By now, you should have. By now, you should have somehow realize what you gotta do.
Okay, all together.
Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna throw back to you. By now, you should have somehow realize what you gotta do.
But good. What you gotta do. Okay.
What you gotta do. Okay, well,
Give it a go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will try again. 1, 2, 3.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should somehow realize what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Yeah. I promise you, the next time I will sing very nice.
So, Amy, just to finish, well done. And when is your album going to be released?
Cuando
Your album, your new album, when is it going to be on the market?
¿Cuándo va a salir?
Yeah.
I believe in December. I believe in December.
In December.
Yes,
Okay.
I like that because I'm working a lot now in my next album.
Okay. And does it have a name, your album?
Andrógeno.
Okay, not yet.
It's a crazy. My album, I believe, is crazy because it has different styles. But I believe when the people listen my next disc,
Yeah.
they can meet me better.
They can know you. They can know you better.
They
Okay.
can know me better.
So you've got a variety of musical styles.
Yes.
On
Yes.
on
I believe I don't have time.
Yeah.
I'm the side.
I'm full of interviews right now that I speak English. Anyway, I think we have to cut off now before Amy's ego gets goes through the roof. So I
no puedo evitarlo, no.
can't help it. Thank you AB on Inglés 00. AB is a member, as I said, of our 00 English Practice Network. I can see there are some people, other members of the 00 English Practice Network here today too. You can see Matt, I can see Juan, I saw Irvin earlier as well, so hello to you guys. And if anyone would like to come and try the 00 English Practice Network, then just send me a private message. You can come and meet all these wonderful people with all these different talents that are using communication in English in order to be able to put their talents into practice and to live the lives that they want to live. So thanks, AB.
Well, it's a very nice moment.
We'll see you all very soon. Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Bye.
How to end the live. I never know how to end the live. Mayela, hi. Hey guys. Venancio, hi. Eric, hey. Just saying hello because I'm trying to work out how to end the live. I don't really know, but it's fine. Save video.
Okay. So,
I have
mientras tanto, voy tocando una canción mientras cada
So you can, while I'm working out how to end. This is a bit amazing. I think, yeah, I can stop it.